Okay. Hi, guys. So, my apologies, because I really didn't explain how I was doing that interactive creation, so I'm going to kind of go through that real quick, just so you guys are aware of that. So, currently, you guys have it set. If you click that, drag it out, and you click and drag again, you have your cube. I absolutely hate this version of doing it. But if you like it, cool, more power to you. Do what you like. But if you do want to turn that off, all you have to do is if you go up to the Create menu here, and you go over to Polygon Primitives, you just turn this interactive creation off. So I'm just going to turn that off because that's how I roll. And then boom, I get a cube. So in this video, I'm going to kind of go over the components of a polygon and the attributes you can adjust when you first create it. So say I didn't want this guy to just have 6 faces on it. Say I wanted him to have like 12 faces. What you can do is if you go over to this polycube 1 under inputs, we can put more divisions in it. So you're like, Kalen, how do you have more than 6 faces on a cube? It's not a cube anymore. Well, I'm going to show you. So you just click and drag on all those input areas. I'm just going to change that to 2. And there we go. Now we have more faces. So I'm going to go through the components right now in this guy, just so you can see what's going on here. So if you're hovering over an object and you hold down the right mouse, you get this little radial menu that pops up. And we're going to kind of go through object mode, edge, vertex, and face. So first thing I'm going to go to is face, because that's after object's the next highest one. So you can see how I'm hovering over these guys and they're highlighting. So what I'm going to do is just click on one, and whoa, I get my move widget. So I can move this around, make it dance, everything like that. Bring it in, something like that. Okay. Now, what I can also do is if we wanted to get in more detail on that, as far as what we can affect inside of this object, if we hold down the right mouse button and go to edge, we can just affect this edge here. And then you can affect that edge, whatever you want to do to make your object. Okay. And if we wanted to go a level deeper than that, hold down right click, vertex, and then a vertex is where every area where an edge crosses another. So little purple dot there, boom. And you don't have to zoom in that far. I just wanted to zoom in for effect. So you can move and drag this guy around, and it's just a point on the object. Okay. So what you can do is if you want to select multiple, you can hold down the shift key, and now I have multiple vertices. And you can rotate these too. You're not limited to just the move tool, and you can scale. So you do have that ability. So say I have this face selected, and I wanted to get to all the vertices that make up this face. What you can do is if you hold down Control, right click, you can go to vertice. And now it selects those 4 vertices, those 4 vertices that make up that plane, and we can scale those in if we wanted to. However you want to use them. Additionally, we can go right click, hold down, and go to edges. And that didn't do anything. Let's try the face. 2 edges. There we go. And then we get all the edges that make up the face. So the best way to think about this is kind of like if you know 3-point perspective. Okay. So in 1 point perspective, it's your face going out towards your vanishing point. So face, that's your highest level you have. The next, if you're doing 2 point, it's your edge. And your edges, you start with an edge, and those go to your 2 vanishing points. And if you're doing 3 point, you start with a corner, and that goes to your 3 vanishing points. And if you don't know that much about perspective, I'm sorry that I just confused the hell out of you. Just ignore me. Just know that this is the highest component you can go to. The next one is edge, because that makes up 1/4 of your face and 2 vertices. And then vertice is the lowest point that you get to adjust your mesh. And polygonal modeling is what we're mostly going to be doing in the class. So getting familiar with your object or with the component modes on a polygon is really important. So just wanted to kind of touch base on that. So what I want to show you is this other thing. So say I create this cube and start pushing in the verts and everything like that. Actually, you know what? Change my mind. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take this guy and duplicate it. To duplicate, you can just hit Control-D, or you can go up to Mesh, and there should be... Sorry, I use shortcut keys all the time. We'll find it, I promise. You know, I don't know where it is. I think it's under edit. It's got to be under edit, right? There it is. Duplicate. Sorry, guys. So you can do that way. I'm all about efficiency, so I will try to teach you as many shortcut keys as possible, but Control-D is duplication. That's the fastest way to do it instead of fooling around with all that stuff. So say I wanted this guy to have more subdivisions. Well, I don't have my option to do that anymore. So being aware of what you want to do, have a general idea of what you want to do with your object, and getting your subdivisions in there so you can achieve that. We're not stuck here by any means. We can add more. We just can't do it through the attribute editor here. So I'll go through this in a little bit. But see, I got another edge back because I want that. I'm going that way. So, and again, I'm going to cover all that stuff and how we can actually edit our mesh, add more faces, more edges, vertices, things like that. But yep, those are the component modes, and that's your attribute editor, and that's how you turn interactive creation on and off. And we'll be back.